This is our LEGO Star Wars Clone Wars MOC. This LEGO MOC starts with a crash Venator from the final episode of Clone Wars. So, Order 66 happens, Ashoka gets screwed over by her clone friends, including Rex. No, Rex, no! I haven't been this upset since Dak got squished on Hoth. Oh, Dak, no! Why? Well, anyway, after Ahsoka's betrayed, she has this awesome idea of freeing Darth Maul to help her.
Don't make me regret this.
Today we are going to add that scene inside of our giant crash Venator MOC. Freeing Maul, huh? Good idea? What could go wrong?
Later, bitches.
Hello, I am Leaky Trooper. Welcome to our LEGO Star Wars Clone Wars MOC. So last time we put our very first interior scene into our crash LEGO Venator MOC, and it is literally integrated into the crash ship with removable panels. Pretty cool, huh? Well, we plan to keep going, build the entire crash Venator, and fill it full of scenes. But for that first scene, we only filled out one half of the area. So this week we're going to expand that scene and complete the other half. We're going to do this by adding Ahsoka getting ready to go all nuts on Maul's shock troopers. You know, stop them from a little post-Order 66 Maul murder. I guess everybody that has some sort of mojo with the Force has to go now.
These are going to hurt you, sir.
Jedi, former Sith, whomever, they all gotta go. And in addition to adding Ahsoka to the scene, I also wanted to add the hallway where the shock troopers are leading Darth Maul's cage to the cell. So that's what we're doing this week on Lobricks with our huge LEGO Clone Wars Crash Venator MOC. But before we get started, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and keep the conversation going in the comments below. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like. So with that out of the way, let's build! So the first thing we have to do today is build the interior base plates for the scenes that we're going to put on the MOC today. And why aren't we building directly onto the bottom of the MOC? Well, these scenes are meant to be modular, meaning that they could either exist inside the MOC or we can take them out and display them outside the MOC. So with that, let's build our 22 by 34 stud base plates to fit the new scenes into the MOC. So in the comments we heard, hey Lobricks, did you bite off more than you can chew with this MOC? But as long as we're having fun and we build it one piece at a time, I think we'll do just fine. Besides, we did build two massive MOCs before with Tatooine and Hoth. By the way, you should check those out. And you'll notice we're building separate base plates for these new scenes because not only are the scenes modular, but the entire MOC is modular. So we could split it apart and bring it out to LEGO conventions sometime in the future. Alright, the base plates are done. Let's start constructing our scenes. So the first thing that we have to do is Maul's cage is actually down 4 steps below, or 6 studs below the hallway that enters the cage. So we have to build up the hallway higher so you can walk down into Maul's cell. In this next scene I've been looking forward to doing for a long time, not because it's particularly riveting, it's just shock troopers walking Maul's cage down the hallway, but it's because of the technique being used. So if you look at the walls, and this is the same in the Death Star, there's these white glowing lights that shine through the walls. And I've seen this technique a lot, I've always wanted to try it, and finally today I'm gonna get to do it. So just like in all of our MOCs, I went to our trusted resource, Rubricable, and I found exactly what I was looking for. Death Star hallway by Dayton Wirt. It gave me the technique I wanted, basically done using snot. And as I built out the hallway, I repeated this technique several times. And I repeated it on both sides of the hallway, added some pillars to make it look just like the scene in Clone Wars. I added the hallway scene to the MOC and it blended perfectly with the cell scene at the end of the hallway. I also had to remember that primarily you're looking down at the MOC from overhead, so I had to make sure the detail was along the top as well, so you're not seeing behind the scenes. I think it looks really cool. Now we have to move on to building the walls around the outside of the hallway to finish off this section of the MOC. So in making the pillars and the walls, I emulated exactly what I did on the other side of the MOC, where I put Darth Maul's cell. You can check out the last episode exactly how I built the pillars using the snot technique and how I built the walls. But primarily what I wanted to do was get rid of all of these multicolored pillars, replace them with gray pillars, and then put walls around the scene. So when you see it from overhead, all you see is gray, and the scene blends right into the walls. So one thing I have to do different on this side of the MOC as opposed to the other side is the hallway actually goes into a cross hallway at the end. So I have to repeat the lighting technique I did on the hallway at the very end of the hallway because it branches into two other hallways. And then I can put the back wall on this section of the MOC. So one note about this back wall, I am going to repeat this exact pattern throughout the entire Crash Venator MOC like I did on the other side. And the reason is I wanted the back wall to kind of blend all the way down for continuity. So with that, I think we are done with the interior part of the scene. The only thing left is to place our minifigures. So in addition to Maul's cage, we have the 4 shock troopers that are escorting him down the hallway. Looking pretty cool. Then of course we have Ashoka, about to go medieval on the remaining 2 shock troopers that are left behind to guard Maul's cell and actually murder him. And Ashoka ain't having none of that. Alright, so let's put the top back on the MOC, and I think we're about done. Now that we've added our next awesome scene, let's do a quick flyover and see how it all looks so far. So in our next episode, we plan to build the next huge section of the Venator MOC, which is the Shield Bay, where Rex and Ashoka face off against Jesse and a bunch of Ashoka clones. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. So we hope you love the MOC so far and what we did this week. Leave your comments below and carry on the conversation into Discord. You'll find a link in the channel. With that, thanks for watching Lobricks. I am Leaky Trooper. We'll see you in the next one. I'm out of here and bye.